Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are still on COVID watch. And it's springtime. It's lovely outside, so why not knit with some flowers? So I got some lovely fake flowers here. Because, I'm sick. I'm not going to expose myself to allergies at this point. Are you insane? Well, I would have if the flowers my mom got for Mother's Day weren't already thrown away. Or have disappeared somewhere. Anyway, I'm going to cut this down to I'm going to cut 2 of these flowers and I'm going to knit with them. So let's get flowers that are relatively the same size. I thought these scissors could go through this thing. I guess they can't. Oh, that is stronger than I thought it would be. Aha! I just had to bend it. All right, and this was the other one, right? Yeah. As I'm cutting towards myself and thinking, this is not a safe idea. I'm sober at the moment, but I'm also sick to some degree. I'm sick with something. I don't know what it is. You're calling it COVID watch because the doctor thinks it may be COVID. I think it may be strep throat. Either way, I feel lousy. Oh, there's like a sort of wire inside so you can bend it in another way, which is strange because the plastic does bend with it. Oh. Well, that's something new every day here. We have our 2 flowers. Now we have a yarn. And we're going to knit. A couple years ago, Mom hasn't done it this year, but like a couple years ago, Mom wanted the flowers outside. But she didn't want the care of living flowers. So she went to the craft store and she bought fake flowers and she stuck them outside. And her friend at the time teased her mercilessly for it. She's like, why are you using fake flowers instead of just going to the store buying real flowers and having them bloom instead? And Mom's like, I don't have to water them. They look nice. It's perfectly fine. And she never took them out. So, well, they're not currently there right now. So she took them out at some point. But she did take them out when it was fall. So it's like snow fell down and suddenly the fake flowers are still in the pot. And they're still like spry, still poking up. And the snow isn't really bending them at all. And the colors are fading because they've been outside for a long time. Okay. So now we're on row 3. Oh, that one part of the flower keeps catching the yarn. I guess it's meant to be like a thorn, but I didn't think flowers like this had thorns. I kind of view that as an exclusively rose thing, but I guess it's not exclusively roses that have thorns. I don't even know what type of flower this was. I just saw this in the craft store. It's like, oh, so pretty. Anyway, that didn't really affect my knitting too much. I think real flowers would have more of an effect because, honestly, this is plastic with a wire in the middle of it. That's already very similar to what a knitting needle would be anyway. And the fact that with where I cut it, I didn't end up knitting far enough to reach the leaves or the flower. I think if I wanted a real challenge with flowers, I have to do one that's alive. I'll be right back. Okay, I just went outside and I plucked up 2 weeds to knit with. thereby breaking Mom's rule of no outdoor things in the house. But here we are. I am wearing a mask because I don't want the fact that I ripped up nature to make whatever is making me ill even worse. So, please excuse my mask for this portion. Even though I know it'll make it a lot harder to lip read me. And I'm not necessarily the easiest person to understand. We're going to try to knit this. Oh, there's like a bulby knob there. Alright. And sometimes I find stuff around my room that was left from an earlier me. The instances are kind of getting less and less because I periodically clean my room and remove those instances of younger me. Ooh. But one of the things I found was just a stick. A stick. Apparently I just took a stick and I stuck it inside the thing, and that was my little act of rebellion against no things outdoors, indoors. Which is a rule my mom instituted because apparently I was very similar to her growing up. And she absolutely did bring outdoor things in. She has a story of how she caught a set of mating frogs, kept them in kept them in like a concrete water barrel. And then the mother frog escaped. And my grandparents didn't find out about this until my grandmother woke up with like a frog perched on her chest. And she's like, Dick! Dick! Because kicker is my grandfather went by Dick. It's like, there's a frog here. Where are the frogs? It's like, well, let's go see. And then they found it in my mom's room. And yeah, I never had a chance. Oh, that's not really... This one... It's not really sturdy enough. See how that's just like bending like that? Let me just take some scissors. If I cut it like that, I'll have a better chance. Yeah, there we go. Ooh. I used to braid grass all the time. I don't know if anyone else has had this fantasy, but I've had this fantasy of kind of like going into the backyard and spending a lot of time just like braiding the grass to the ground, kind of like cornrows, and then you wouldn't have to worry about like cutting it because it would stay like all relatively like low to the ground and wouldn't get too high. Has anyone else thought of that before? Unfortunately, grass never really got long enough to braid, like beyond, like the moment you start braiding it, then boom, you're out of grass to braid with. Okay. I mean, it kind of affected my knitting a little bit more. Mostly on the ends. But other than that, I was still able to knit. Anyway, that was today's entertainment. Have a nice day.